everybody. So I am drawing some scrap monsters. This is my second copycat video, and I'm copying TheLittleInk. She has a Scrap Monsters Mixed Media Journal project, and I thought this would be fun to do. I have a 2-year-old right now, and she's going to come in frame in just a minute. So first off, I'm drawing the scrap monsters first with pencil and then with a Sharpie marker, and I just copied her at first. So these were similar to what she had drawn, and just making the outlines really dark. And then here I'm kind of drawing my own. I love that one on the top left, and just making some different faces to go with it. So here I am with my daughter, and she's on the right and I'm on the left, and it's kind of fun to watch her paint too. We're using watercolors, and I just used some cardstock, and she gets really dark with the watercolors. I think there was a black in the watercolor, and so it just kind of made everything really dark, but she really enjoyed it, just kind of like coloring in a coloring book, but with watercolors. So that was really fun, and I just really enjoyed doing something, and I would paint on something and then she would paint on something. It was really sweet. So we painted these monsters and with watercolors, and we just let them dry naturally. So I came back another day, and you'll see me coming back and fixing or cutting them up. But these were just the backgrounds and the faces, and I wanted to do something fun there on the kind of in the middle. I did some stripes, and just wanted to add a lot of color to make them very colorful and playful. So here is another sheet. I had taken my original sheet and copied it onto cardstock, so I have lots of copies now. So here's the original sheet, and I decided that I would make some more adult ones, or just made by an adult. So I took a whole bunch of scraps. These are jelly plates, jelly plate prints, scraps. This has a lot of iridescent stuff. On the bottom there's some stickers, some labels that I had just sprayed and dripped paint on. So all sorts of different scraps, and I just cut them into strips. This is kind of what TheLittleInk does on her Scrap Monster video. And you can just see me digging through all my scraps. Scrapbook paper scraps I liked because they were more graphic. And then the paper that I had made, the painted paper, the jelly prints, those were more random. So I had a mixture of both random and more graphic. And so I would glue it and then just put them down wherever I saw fit. And I really like this. I glued right over the edge because I figured I could just draw more Sharpie on the edge at the end. I could just edge it. So I tried to alternate random and graphic elements and balance out color and that kind of thing. And you can see I got farther down and kind of got out of screen, but that's okay. Anyway, so I really liked this method of doing it if you don't have a child, because it's really easy. You just glue it all down and then cut it all out. So this next one, I just love this outline with the little ears. So I'm just cutting it out, and this one I'm going to use washi tape. So I got out some of my favorite washi tapes. Again, I tried to find a variety of colors, bright colors, and then different graphic elements, patterns, and designs. So I'm kind of going warm, cool, where I got the pinks and then I got the blues. And this method was more difficult for me. I had to cut more pieces of tape right to the edge, especially where the arms met the body and the ears met the body. And it was all sticky with because it's tape. So I actually didn't personally enjoy this, but I think if you have a lot of washi, it's a great way to use up your washi. You know, we buy all this washi, and then what do you do with it? And we love it. We love the patterns and the colors. So I just put some over the ears, and you know, I was being really finicky. I needed to just stop, but I kept going. And I think one thing that I would like to do again is thicker and thinner washi. So I have that thick at the top. Here I'm putting in thin, but you know, alternate thick, thin, or vary your thickness of washi makes it more interesting. Just like I'm varying the colors. So I didn't quite know what to do with the arms, so I made a pattern with the washi. So I alternated washi and different washis. So kind of like stripes, stripes within stripes. I love stripes. Actually, I wear a lot of stripes. So here's again where I'm getting really picky and filling in different angles, and so that was hard. Harder. None of this is hard, but a little more time consuming, and then just cutting all these little bits out and it gets all sticky. Yeah, I just really like the scraps better than the washi, but again, this is a great way to use up your washi tape. And then with this monster and some of the other monsters, I went back with the Sharpie or the permanent marker. I think this is a Bic, I don't know, and went over the black edging lines so that you get more definition, and I really liked that result. So I would do that for all of my monsters, and I even edged like the sides because I could see little white parts. So these are just going to go to my daughter, and she's just going to play with them like paper dolls. So here's the one I did with the scraps, and I just think that black line really brings it all together. So here I am cutting out, now that they're dry, the watercolor painted ones that my daughter and I did. And I think what I'm going to do, just to keep them, since she's going to play with them, I'm just going to laminate them when I'm all done. So I don't have that on this video, but you know, just laminating. So here I am just cutting out the different shapes. I wasn't too careful. I'm, you know, edging them and making them just a little bit more defined. So this face, is really dark. So I thought, oh, I'll add some white. And then it just kind of got muddy. And I probably should just maybe choose another face. But on the faces where we had watercolored, you know, it was a copy. So the black lines were copied. So I just went over all the black lines with a permanent marker. And that seemed to work. And yeah, I didn't particularly like that one. So I also wanted to do some colored pencils. So I have some Prismacolors, and I really liked using these as a way to add color. So I wanted to use, you know, simple materials that most of us have, and then I went over again with Sharpie after the colored pencils. So that was really fun too, and I love my Prismacolors. So that one with the green eyes, it's like a little mischievous, this one here. And I liked the pink lipstick. So here I am edging, again, just to define and make it darker. So here we are, and I'm matching up the faces with the bodies, gluing them on with a glue stick. I put the watercolor faces with the watercolor bodies, and I really enjoyed this project. It was fun to copy somebody and get my creative juices flowing. I'm definitely going to do this again. I loved these. These were fun. I'm going to laminate them and give them to my daughter to play with like paper dolls. So thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.